an app on it.
Easy. So I'm gonna do it about something I'm pretty passionate about. I love my bodybuilding, so I'm going to talk about just the previous bodybuilders in the past that have transformed the sport, and that it's not just a kind of like, I don't know, steroid kind of. A lot of steroids are highlighted in the sport, but it's not just steroids, and there's a lot of hard work and dedication that goes into it with food, nutrition, diet, same thing, but making sure that you're getting to the gym every day and getting through each day as if it's a new day, going different exercises. And so I can go hours along that, but we'll just get started. So I'll just put you in a situation. So just imagine you're by yourself at a gym. No one else is there. There's no noise except weights. There's no music, but you can just hear people are working hard and people are sweating it off. And this is where the journey starts for a bodybuilder, really. They start at the gym just like anyone else, and then they just transform their bodies into, some would say, unreal bodies. Some would say they're acquirable. Some people have better genetics than others, and it's just different per person. So I'll go through the bodybuilders of the past. So we got obviously Arnold, so Sergio, Oliver, and Dave Draper, which made bodybuilding so popular, which was deemed like a dying sport, you would say, back before they came around and made it what it is today, I guess. They've shown, like, as you can see, they've got very nice looking physiques. They're not really lacking much body fat, not much water retention or anything like that. And there's a lot obviously to do with it, vascularity. And they just really gave a platform and did that next step for bodybuilding. So we'll first go on with Arnold, which everyone obviously knows. He's a legendary bodybuilder. Some would say the best bodybuilder of all time. He's won Mr. Olympia 7 times, which is one of the highest amounts of winnings in Olympia. And he retired on a win as well, which is very unfamiliar in the sport, with people competing even at over 40 to 50 years of age. But beyond bodybuilding, he made a mark in the politics scene. He became a successful actor. So it just shows the kind of dedication that these kind of people are doing. Like, he's not just done bodybuilding, but he's gone into the mental state and got himself into something he's not comfortable in, especially coming from a non-really speaking English background. He learned the language and learned the sport. Next, we got Sergio, who was known as the Blonde Bomber. And we also have, sorry, my bad. Dave Draper is the Blonde Bomber, and then Sergio's on the right. And these are kind of the benchmark of Mr. Olympia, and they were back in the golden age, really, just before the golden age, some would say. And they have done popular poses. Like you can see, he's doing somewhat of a crucifix, which shows more muscles. And then you got Dave Draper, who's not necessarily seen as a very highly winning competitor, but he's just the body shape. It just changed the actual fitness industry, or well, bodybuilding industry. Sorry, this PowerPoint's really wigging out on me. And then after this kind of era, we had the big muscles. So people like Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, who were just basically mass monsters there. They were huge. Like, Ronnie was leg pressing over a ton. Jay Cutler's was squatting over 500 pounds. They were just unreal kind of weights thrown around. So There's a lot of hard work and dedication, as you can see, to get up on the stage. And these kind of people are just unreal. Like you can see the striations in the back and from the front lat. It's just really, he just really redefined bodybuilding, and he's just unmatched for the kind of mass he was having. And he also was a police officer in that kind of, wasn't really a nice pullover if you got pulled over by him. And then we got Jay Cutler, who he's got a very, very similar physique, and they're both very big. And as you can see, his legs are just massive, which really, he was renowned for his quad stomp. And in the right photo, you can see him slamming down his quad. And these two were just fierce rivals in bodybuilding. They were competing year after year. Ronnie winning most of them, and then eventually Jay Cutler coming up on top and overdoing his kingship, as some people say. Then we have Flex Wheeler, who is another legendary bodybuilder. And as you can see, he's got a very aesthetic physique, and he's very flexible. He can do splits, while a lot of people can't even move in that kind of state because he's got just so much mass, and very impressive. We've got Tom Platz, whose legs were probably the biggest in the whole bodybuilding scene. And as you can see, his glutes and hamstrings are just like stupendous. And I don't think it's natural, but you never know. Yeah, so Flex Wheeler and Tom Platz redefine the sport. They don't necessarily win many titles, but they definitely redefined the sport and made it better. Instead of just mass, it's strength and all the dedication. You can see videos. There's lots of motivational videos of Tom Platz showing workouts, and the way his work ethic's just insane. Now we go on to modern day, which we got Christian Bumstead, who's just done the four-peat. He just won his last Mr. Olympia. He had a tall lat. He tore his bicep, I believe, like a few months before the competition, and he still came up on top. And he's the current Mr. Olympia. And as you can see, there's a very difference in him and Ronnie Coleman, but he's got more of a classic physique like Arnold. And it's really shown a new prevalence in the fitness industry, with a lot of younger people trying to get like their bodies. And although some maybe frowned upon how you get like that, but the dedication and hard work is just unmatched. All right. Just to summarize, in my eyes, bodybuilding is just more than a sport. It's about being your best, work hard, stay dedicated, and become your own kind of strong. Winning isn't just about having big muscles, it's about growing through the journey and becoming your own champion. Sweet. Do you have any questions or anything? Any feedback?
I was going to ask, who's your favorite of all time? I always ask this question to people.
Probably.
And you can have like a classic, and you can have a current.
All right. Classic would probably be Tom Platz, just because his way of training. Like physique wise, probably not, but just the way he trains is just like, he just puts himself through hell. Like you can see his training videos. Is the iconic one more kind of guy.
Do you train like that?
I try to be, definitely not at what they're pushing, but hopefully eventually. I'm still only young. They start. I probably won't be on the Mr. Olympia stage ever in my life. Don't have the genetics for it, but it's just very, I don't know, makes me want to be on the Olympia stage and want to push myself. But even though I know I'm not gonna get up on there. Any feedback or anything?
I mean, I'm going to say, why not just do it? Like, have a crack.
Yeah, but
you can't.
You look at what they're doing there.
I really enjoyed it. That's because I like it. I think it's good. I would say feedback on your presenting. I thought good content, good arrangement. So you took us through why. You said why it was important to you. The only thing I would say is potentially, and I say this to everyone, is just like slow down and enjoy the moment, because I think you obviously love this stuff. So like, don't push yourself too much to get through the content. Just talk about why you love it, and generally that's the engagement that gets people excited about listening to you. I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I think I enjoyed it. I've never heard of any other bodybuilders apart from Arnold Schwarzenegger. So it was kind of cool that you talked about other people other than him. I really liked that. Feedback would probably be when you have like a picture of the person to like put their name underneath it. Because I was looking at the picture, I was like, who's who? I was
Yeah,
like, I don't know.
you get it wrong a couple times as well.
Mm.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you like write a little like text box of like which one's which like underneath, it'd be like super clear.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, thank you, Harry. So this is my first time meet a lot of beauty body building superhero in one time. It's the first time I know a lot of rules in the bodybuilding competition. Yeah, it's a very, very yeah, I love your presentation. It's very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sweet. Perfect. Thanks for listening, guys. How do I? Ooh.